I've got to go to the microwave. My
Why?
coffee's not hot enough.
Oh.
1 sec. Hello, everybody.
Hello, everyone. How are you all?
Welcome. If it's your first time over here, live with us on YouTube, please give us the hand-waving emoji. Hi, I Davis, so we can shout out your name and welcome you. I Davis, hi. Good morning, April Hill, Kada Girl, Faith Goodman, running up that hill, Nicola Randall, Alison Fisher, Hazel Mail, Malbone. How are you all?
How are you?
Oh God, look at your glasses. Mark.
My granddad used to have these.
Darling, I don't think they will. Let me try them. That's what I said. I need some glasses. Mine are broken.
No, this is the right width for your head.
If you've come here for the news, we do get to the news, but we like to do a warm-up first. Oh, Mark. I don't like them. I think they look nice on you. They look better on you than they do on me.
Well, that's because I bought them for me. God, my granddad used to have
no,
that
Mark,
bit there.
no, you're too old. Take them off. You look like a media wanker.
Just wait 1 second, guys. We'll be back.
Media wanker, media wanker, media wanker.
Get back to the normal ones. There we are. Come on then, sit down.
Yeah, so we will get...
Catch!
Ah, Mark! Oh, he's so annoying.
Hi, everyone.
Fucking, I'm sorry, he's as annoying as this all the time, if you knew. Hello, Joyce Pritchard. Mark looks 60 with those glasses.
I do, don't I? I look like my granddad.
Awful proper media wanker.
Oh,
and we're off,
Yeah.
says Helen Flynn.
Water.
No. But, so Mark, can you just calm down?
That happened a while ago. There's a time
No,
lag.
I know,
didn't
but
do it
can you
again.
just I'm saying separately.
I'm calm.
Can't
touching
cope
her
with
glasses.
Can't cope with the sun, says Nadia Cowser. Well, why don't we kick off with that then? Feeling hot.
Well, can I, just before we start off with that, thank you to whoever sent those.
Yeah, you didn't say your
Very,
name, but
very
thank you
sweet.
so much.
Thank you to Claire.
Oh,
Panda
Claire,
Park.
I haven't seen
Isn't
that.
Beautiful.
Oh, that's
Did you
so
make that?
sweet.
That's so gorgeous. Thank you to Poppy for this.
Oh,
Chi
Poppy.
Chi and Toffee.
You sweetheart. Thank you, darling.
And thank you to Kim.
Aged 3.
Aged 3. And don't
Wow.
they look just
You-
like them? They
You
look
are such a good drawer for 3.
so good.
Wow.
I'm going to put that in my room. So there
Yeah.
we go. Yeah. And thank you to Kim, who I assume is Poppy's mum. Beautiful letter.
Thank
you very
you,
much.
Kim.
We
Thank
love that.
you.
We love reading your letters. Alison Fisher says, it's hot here. It's getting hot in here. So take off all your clothes. Go on.
Take off all your clothes.
I can't take this heat and I want to take my clothes off.
So would you take your clothes off?
Yeah.
We had this discussion a couple of months ago about the heat and what you'd wear and whether you'd be naked. We would actually, oh Mark, on Loose Women the other day, we did this whole section on would you have an outdoors bath?
Maddie's
Mark,
here.
you're so
Don't talk
beautiful.
about this. We're talking about nudity. Hi, Maddie.
Hi, darling. Mummy and Daddy have never been nude.
Never. Never. Do you remember that time in Norfolk where there was that man just standing in the water with his
Mark, you're
todger out?
obsessed with that
Because I
man's
thought it
todger.
was strange, and I think sometimes naturists are masquerading as splashers.
But anyway, we did this whole topic on Loose Women about these outdoor bathrooms that have become very trendy. Have you seen Joe Wick's outdoor bath? Joe Wick's outdoor bath? But he makes his into an ice bath because he does it after his workout. It's always on his stories. It's gorgeous. But honestly, there's beautiful... It's fairly easy. We could just plumb it really easily around the corner there. So you could put up a shield this side, and then you can have a bath under the stars. Naked.
Will Joe Wicks do it naked?
Well, I'm sure he does when he's not putting it on his stories. But would that appeal to you, an outdoor bath where you could look up in the stars? We could get a double-ended one, darling. And when the
Beg
kids
your
have left
pardon?
home, we could have a naked bath. Either end.
I believe what you just said.
What do you mean? Hi, Ellis Brothwell. She's newish.
Thank you,
Well, hi,
Vicky
Ellis.
Edwards got it.
What?
You said that.
What does it mean? No, you know when it's slanted on both ends.
Slanted on
I
both
think I'm
ends.
picking up now what you're bloody saying.
I'm not saying it, you said it. I don't like hot tubs, says Susie Bulmer, just bacteria thriving in there. Do you remember that time we went to that strange hotel and Nadia fell asleep and then I went and had
And
a
there was
hot
no
tub
mini bar.
on a roof whilst watching the fireworks?
You had terrible things happen to you after
I had
that.
awful things happen to me. I had rot set in my left knee. Do you remember that? My left knee went pustule.
No, but this isn't a hot tub. This is a bath that you empty out. Your bathroom outside.
Yeah.
And we've got a hot tub. We've got a blow-up sort of hot tub out there. And what I do now, like today, that I've taken the temperature right down so it's a cold tub. And you sit in a night. Later on, you're going to be so glad of that cold tub. He always moans about having a tub like that, but you're going to love it.
But you've got to that point in your life where you get into, say, the hot tub, and then you just suddenly unleash your breasts, don't you?
Well,
you sort of take your top off and you throw it in a sort of
because
liberating
I'm just sick
fashion.
of it. I'm just sick of like constantly having to hide everything because you don't think it's good enough. That's why I'm wearing these shorts, dungarees, and I know you keep saying I look.
What? Like a play school presenter?
Oh, exactly, but I mean, and like in a derogatory way.
No, not at all. Not at all.
But I like it.
What?
Being cooler and not being so restricted. So I spent years sitting, being really hot.
Would you go
covering
naked?
up my arms because I thought my arms were too disgusting. Covering up my stomach because I think it was my stomach. And being too hot.
Maddie's just said, okay, I'm leaving this live now. Don't blame you, Mads. Would you lie on a nudist beach?
Oh, God.
Mads?
You see, William's sister's got a full-size swimming. Her house is absolutely gorgeous and she's just had a huge acceptance of my perfect house. Except to my sister, not mine. Does she invite you round, Lucy? Can you go whenever you want? I want to swim.
Would you go on a nudist beach?
No. I don't know.
What do you mean? You would sit on a beach with... You're quite a prude. You don't like naked attraction.
No, I don't.
You'd see willies.
No, I don't want to
lolling
see
around.
other people's willies, but to go on a beach where there's nobody else and go naked would be really nice.
Go on a beach where no one else is, so like a private little cove.
Wouldn't you like that? Mind you, I wouldn't be able to stop laughing if you were running around naked.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily be running around. There's nothing worse than a naked man running around because obviously something flops around.
Oh!
My hair. What are you talking about?
What does
That's what I
it
mean.
feel like? Actually, I've never... What does it feel like when you walk around naked outside with
I
a
hope
penis?
Maddie's left. What do you mean with this? You talk about it like it's not attached to the person. It's just part. It's like saying,
I've never
how do you
walked
feel
around
walking
with
around
one.
with boobs?
Well, exactly. It's a perfectly reasonable question.
Well, how do you describe it? You don't think about it.
It feels wobbly.
Yeah, well, it feels wobbly and bobbly.
Skylise, what's got us into this talk this morning?
About feeling fat.
Flapping,
Well,
so
actually, it's about feeling fat in the heat.
Skinny dippings in rocky coves is fun. Catherine Hamby.
It is a stressful time of year, though. I have to say, even for men, it's a stressful time of year. You know, I feel like I'm at my fittest, but I'm also getting older, and it's still really hard not to feel like you're not body fit to just be, for me, to feel topless around a beach.
Yeah, even he feels like that.
I get really self-conscious. Oh, look, Dildo Butt Monkey was on Channel 4 last leg yesterday. Oh, well done. That's good.
Was he?
Yeah. Nearly at the end of our double isolation period. That's good, Kelly. Yeah, so, I find it, I get really self-conscious. Because men worry about moobs and they worry
So
about
what
hairy
clothes
backs.
wouldn't you wear on a sunny day that you'd like to?
Well,
you'd like to. I'm not talking about something you don't find attractive that you'd like to that you don't because you feel
Clothes.
too.
Well, I always wear
conscious.
shorts, but I think I'd like to be able to wear tight shirts, but I don't. Less because of my body, but because I sweat. I get hot in hot weather really quickly. So
No, but what body thing, because of body confidence, would you not wear? Because we're not talking about sweat.
Well, a tight shirt.
That's it. See,
But you want to, for example, on Love Island, you see all the men, they pop on their shirt. I mean, I've been working out for 9 to 12 months.
5 days, 6 days a week.
And I still have love handles. And, they're going.
But you will always have a bit of love handles because you're of that age.
What?
You will.
That's so
you will.
depressing.
But you will. Unless you have something like cryo.
I can't work it away.
I don't think so. I think,
I've
it's
done
like
a
your
great
body
job
just...
of getting it so far, but...
Yeah. You're never going to have that totally flat either side, no. Well, you probably would. Actually, you know how you would. You can't do it. It's too awful.
But you know the way guys put on those shirts and they're tight shirts?
Yeah.
I'd love to be able to do that. I wore a tightish shirt yesterday for Coffee
You know
Moaning.
what you would have to do?
What?
you would have to have no carbohydrates.
Well, when I do that, I benefit. I go down.
They would probably go. But there's also, have you seen this thing where
Derry
you have...
Shaw says Sylvester Stallone is still ripped.
But maybe he never got love handles in the first place.
So is the guy who's in The Greatest Showman. What's his name?
But maybe he never got love handles in the first place.
All right. Do we have to keep saying love handles? Jesus Christ.
I mean, you've only got little ones.
Kicking it
but
to
I'm
the
just
back of the
saying,
net.
prepare yourself. They're unlikely to go.
That's demotivated me.
But, oh, God. Fucking hell. I've got enough problems with my own fucking issues. I can't sort out yours too, babe. I'm sorry.
You are old, Mark, says Catherine Clausen. Only young people look good in tight shirts. I don't like this life.
You
Zoe,
do look good in shirts.
Zoe, I get paranoid wearing
You're just
summer
not going to look
clothes.
18 in a shirt. Just get over it.
I get paranoid wearing summer clothes just because of constantly getting perved on. I went for a run yesterday in shorts and it was awful. Awful. Don't. That's what we were just talking about in the podcast, which we recorded this morning at the crack of dawn.
Oh,
It's
God.
it's Zoe. I mean, as a man, I don't have that experience, but it's just fucking annoying as the father of daughters that I know they do. If Maddie's still here.
Well, if the girls go
wanna
out
beat
for a
them up,
run,
Maddie.
they dress like a teenage boy with huge, tracksuit bottoms and a cap so that they're not sin. It's ridiculous.
Rachel Marsh says, "No, Mark, don't listen. You're cool and groovy."
Darling, I think you're cool and
I
groovy,
wore a
but you're
tight-
never going to have an 18-year-old's
I
body
wore a
again.
tight shirt
None of us
yesterday.
are.
Nadia didn't even comment on it,
Oh,
but
God.
everyone on the
Oh, my
live
God.
did.
Oh, my
Everyone
God.
on the live
Literally.
did. They are kids on Love Island, says Jackie Valino. It's true. They are kids. They are kids. Oh, thanks, Sarah. I'm just ready for it to be Christmas, Victoria. Oh, have you
So that
seen
you
the
can
first
cover up
signs of
again.
Christmas yet?
So that you can
Oh, I
wear.
see.
So that you can wear a onesie.
But yeah, so tell me, what are the things that you don't wear that you'd like to wear? God, that was the
Loads of
loudest
things.
slur.
Well, I've got a lot better. Like, I would never, my whole life, have worn anything like this where you could see my arms.
Oh, right, okay. Army things, yeah.
And when you think now I'm 56
You
and
look great for 56.
my arms aren't bad, so probably when I was younger they were probably always fine.
I'm going to say something really controversial.
What?
When you did your Union Jack bikini shot, I really liked that.
It wasn't a Union Jack, it was the England.
Is it all right? Just say, is that all you've got to say
Well,
when I
they'll,
say
say,
that?
they'll say which Union
The
Jack
St.
when I haven't
George
seen it yet.
flag. I enjoyed painting them on.
Mark, stop. I hope Maddie's left.
Yeah, I think she has. She's embarrassed and ashamed. Anyone else hate chub rub shorts? What are they?
No, I love chub rubs. Chub rub shorts are shorts that you can put underneath a dress if your
Oh.
legs rub a bit together, and my friend Kaz calls them chub rubs.
Oh, that's a clever idea.
Because, yeah, I mean, if you are overweight and your legs rub together or you've got rolls of fat that rub together, it's really uncomfortable. And, you know, I feel really badly for people always, don't we, in the sun, when I see somebody that, you know, that is living with obesity go back and I think that is so fucking hard to be, you know, really overweight and in the sun. It's also... I also say that the good weather doesn't actually matter. You don't have to be overweight or whatever to get into the body loathing thing. There's plenty of people, size 8, that just get into that, you know, crazy shit. And I think it's so sad. The sun comes out and people go into self-loathing place.
Yeah. Well, and also there's
Yeah, happy.
the other problem with it is that you've got this enormous glaring light called the sun beaming on your body, so you've got nowhere to hide. Lying on your back is often good because everything spreads out, doesn't it? It's like a really good place to take a selfie is lying on the floor.
Oh,
looking
no, I
up.
don't find because my skin sort of pulls behind me.
That's the facelift.
Charlotte's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy
Happy
birthday, dear Charlotte. Happy birthday to you.
The Peach 72 says I just put baby powder on my thighs.
There you go.
Wow.
Whatever works. So yeah, we just thought we'd have a little catch up and say we feel it too. Feeling
What
fat
are
in the
chub
sun is
rub
horrible.
shorts actually called in shops, says Faith Goodman?
You could, so on, if you were looking on Amazon, you would say extra light shapewear, but you don't want shapewear actually. I don't know what you'd put in because they're very, very thin. They're almost like,
Spanks.
No, not Spanx, because they're hot and they'll make you sweat and they'll make
Cycle
you feel worse.
shorts is
no,
also hot.
not cycle shorts.
Snag tights, says Vicky
No,
Edwards.
because what they are is they're comfort shorts.
Katie
There's-
Fenton, well done.
Comfort shorts, there you go. Or anti-chafe.
Oh look,
anti-chafe.
Daniel Gattegno host says Marks and Spencer's sell anti-chafe shorts. We're not working for Marks
So
and
if you
Spencer, by the
wanted
way.
to do, if you wanted to do that on Amazon, and they're very, very thin, so you're not getting hot as well.
Matthew Ward wishes he was on a beach today. Can we say
Oh,
happy
so
birthday
do
to
I.
Butterfly Bell as well?
Happy birthday, Butterfly Bell. Happy
birthday,
birthday,
Butterfly
Butterfly
Bell.
Bell. Happy
Birthday,
birthday,
dear
Butterfly
Butterfly
Bell.
Bell.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
to
you. Snag tights do chub rub shorts, says Ali C. Thank you for that. Snag tights you can Google.
Oh, Sky Elise, hello Sky, hope you're well. Okay, well, one of the first stories today is holiday madness. It's about France and the quarantine thing, and it's less about whether it should happen, but it's more about the fucking confusing fucking messaging of this government.
Sorry, on a
Why have they done a
Friday,
sudden U-turn on a Friday?
on a Friday night when the kids break up. So the kids broke up yesterday,
Yeah,
Mark. Did
yeah,
you know that?
yeah.
And I mean, my friend Simone is going to France. You know, she's all excited. I was talking about it to at work yesterday. Now she'll have to quarantine for 10 days when she comes back. Now, what the hell is going on? We've got the highest rates in Europe.
Do you want to know why? Do you want to know the data that this decision was based on?
What?
On
The South
Friday,
African
on Friday
variant.
night, the government announced fears about the Beta variant, the South African variant,
We have
meant
to keep
France
some.
would be excluded from the opening up of the amber list. Destinations to vaccinated travellers, which takes effect at 4 a.m. on Monday, so you have to go into quarantine again. But the French MEP, Véronique Trillet-Lenoir, told BBC Today that the variant, identified as South Africa, was only a concern on the island of Réunion in the Indian Ocean, an overseas department of France. We've made the decision based on an issue on a small protectorate island. It's in the Indian
So all
Ocean.
those poor people that have booked to go to France, that's what it's based on.
Yeah. It's just madness. It's madness. As the Balearics go back onto the amber list, it's madness. There's a lack of total clarity. Every country won't let UK over borders as we have the highest rates, Kirsty Jane. Yeah, I mean, we keep talking about where we want to go.
That's
Lots
what
of
makes
places
me
don't
laugh.
want us.
We've got the highest rate. I mean, Mark, tell them what you read yesterday in The Independent.
What did I read yesterday in the
What they were
Independent?
saying about the rest of the world was saying about what we are actually
Oh,
doing in the UK.
lots of scientists think that we are endangering the rest of the planet.
That's what they
with
said
a
yesterday.
sort of cat-handed, as they
Experiment.
call it,
Herd
experiment
immunity.
at herd immunity. I mean, a lot of very strong language was used regarding it's a sort of massacre and all this kind of stuff. But there's a sense around the world that we are behaving appallingly.
And that we are risking. There was words like murderous used, wasn't there?
Yeah.
It's murderous
Yeah, it is.
what we're doing, because they think it can encourage variants. Because
Yeah.
if you've got a number of the population non-vaccinated and they've got the other population vaccinated, this is like the breeding ground for new variants.
Yeah.
So, oh God! So Mark was reading me that at like midnight last night.
Sorry,
went to
I wasn't
bed
trying
so
to cheer you up.
depressed.
Well, and also that, and also the flooding in
Flooding,
Germany and
Jesus
Belgium, and it's reaching to the Netherlands and somewhere else, Luxembourg, I think.
Belgium, the Netherlands,
yeah.
Germany. It was just absolutely. I mean, the scenes that we saw in. Sorry, oh my back's itching so much. The scenes we saw yesterday in Germany, because we hadn't really sat down and looked at it until last night, did we? We were open mouthed.
Yeah, no, I mean, roads split open asunder, and this is an issue for Western
Thank you,
Europe.
Alison Newcombe. I didn't know that.
Careful using Zoflora, it is poisonous to animals whilst wet. Oh God. Can everyone send a hug to Karen T, who's feeling exhausted and is worrying and anxious about everyone and everything, and it kept her awake. all
Oh,
night. Send her a hug.
sweetheart.
That's
Yeah,
all.
well, I feel your pain. I feel like that.
Yeah.
I went to bed last night. I said to Mark, I feel hopeless. I just feel like
Yeah, Reese Roberts
The
says people say all these
positivity.
disasters are slightly biblical.
they are. It
Pestilence,
feels like that.
flood.
The mice in Australia, the pandemic, the floods, the heat waves. It's just. Oh, I went to bed last night and I just thought, I don't think I can do this.
Janice Muir says there's no confusion about holidays. We've been told things can change at any time, so people do know before they go that they might need to quarantine when they return. Simple, don't go. Well,
That is true.
I kind
They are
of
constantly
I kind
told.
of agree with you, Janice. I mean, I do think you're dicing with financial death if you do book holidays, because the world is an incredibly variable place. Ben Ashley.
You know what I think the biggest problem is going to be is that we are not going to be let into countries. So I think more, yes, we've had this situation with France, but I don't think it's going to be about quarantining when we get back. I think it's going to be about but you've got Greece, you've got Spain, that if we don't go, their economy is going to completely collapse. So
Sky Lee says Norfolk is increasing at a rapid rate. It's scary. Yeah, well, in fact, it's always interesting if you look at a map. Norfolk is kind of almost opposite Scarborough and Grimsby, so you're not a million miles away up there from the northeast.
In 30 people, it said on the news last night, has COVID in the northeast. 1 in 30. And then I think we're 1 in 950, aren't we? Scotland is 1 in 900. These are big figures, but the rate's still down on people going.
Emma Watson, we all need to stay in our own countries for now till we get things under control. Dorset is unbelievable again. Claire Ross Reed.
Is it?
Skylee says we had one of the lowest in Norfolk areas along with Cornwall. Elliot Gonzalez, we'd all have a holiday, but I'd love to see my grandparents for 90 more. Haven't seen them in 2 years, but I'm not risking it. Ryan Fleming, that's nice.
You could see them outside.
Yeah.
With you're not going to give them anything if you sit in the garden or sit in a park 2 meters apart. You're really not.
Ryan Fleming's got the right idea. My mum and dad are going to Liverpool next month for my dad to visit his roots. That's nice.
That's a
lovely thing to do, going to visit your parents' roots. Cadagirl, watched it in Germany, the floods, hundreds have died. I mean, hundreds have died.
Hundreds.
Hundreds.
Right, this is in Europe. You've got to watch the footage. It's quite extraordinary.
I mean,
this is global warming.
Yeah, there was one resident saying this is the kind of thing you expect to see in foreign
Spain.
countries. So, in other countries. Izzy Perry, I live in Whitstable. We know Whitstable well. Lots of businesses having to close due to outbreaks. So many people off at my workplace. It's like the beginning again, really.
So just a quick poll. Is everybody sticking to this on Monday?
Are you going to keep wearing a mask? That's one I bought Nadia. That suits you. It's a bit small, isn't it?
Why does Marilyn Monroe keep sitting on my face? It's really weird.
Oh, darling. There you go.
Thank you, darling.
There you go. If I kiss you, I'm kissing Marilyn. Go on. Oh, that's nice.
So everyone is...
Yes.
Nobody's no. I just want to see if there's one no. No. Lucy Loxton is not. Definitely. Yes.
Charles
No,
30.
Charles 30.
Jackie Vellino.
Jackie Vellino. I knew you wouldn't, yeah.
Maura Lyons. Yes, in certain situations. Jane Bentley. Ellen Cartwright. No. Anne Murray. Definitely Sue Staple. Yes. Julie E. Yeah, I mean... welcome, Paul M2112.
Welcome, Paul M, to the family guest area. Paul M, 2112. Welcome to family guest area. You know, if you want to sit and binge watch the No Name Sunday show, you'd have a couple of days worth of binging.
Emma Staple asks, what would Xander do? He wouldn't wear a mask and he wouldn't get a jab, probably.
No.
And he'd say we're all batshit crazy.
Yeah.
Welcome, Paul.
Everyone's welcoming you,
Yeah.
Paul. If you're wondering what the family guest area is, guys, we've got the main channel here where we've got loads of stuff going on, and we've also got a members area, which is 50 pence a week, and it has extra content, and it's fabulous. So anyone will tell you that's there says they love being a member.
I'm pre-edited on most of the Sunday shows. It's rather lovely. So yeah, hospitals are still asking all the time, Claire Ross Reed, to wear masks, I presume. We've all got COVID. Katie Fenton, Phil absolutely rotten, double jab too. I'll be wearing... God, so Phil rotten with the... See, I just worry that they're not telling us things because they just need to get everyone out and everything open.
Okay, the one thing I would say, if you do get... Because don't forget, they've always said you can still get COVID with the jab, right? It doesn't stop you getting COVID. It stops you dying of COVID. And actually, if this can help you feel any better, if you get COVID and you've already been double jabbed, actually kicks up your antibodies and, makes you even safer. It's like having a booster jab. So I know if you're feeling shit, that's probably not going to help much, but it might a little bit.
So this kind of leads to this story, which is in one of the top news stories today, which is Israel is threatening, or the government is threatening, that they're going to go into another lockdown for the September holidays because, they're one of the countries that loosened their restrictions very, very robustly. And they're saying that if they're thinking of reintroducing really, really strict masking. Now, I think it's really important, given how
Wow.
we didn't listen to Italy when the virus, do you remember when it tore through Italy and we were all like, oh yeah, it's not going to affect us. I think we have to look to Israel because they've been held up as an absolute paragon of virtue,
they
haven't they, when
have.
it comes to vaccination.
That's.
And they're in the midst, about to head into a fourth wave, and they genuinely feel that the Delta variant is confusing things, as they say. It's making things very unclear.
And they're going back to
And
masks.
they're talking about going back to masks and social distancing as a mandatory requirement in the country.
Wow.
And I just think that's a cautionary story.
Wow.
It's what, go and
But
read
we
about.
won't listen because we never listen.
arrogant.
The government is not proactive. They are always reactive. Oh my God, John Campbell's going to go nuts today. I can't.
I just think it's
Well,
interesting. Yeah, Israel was ahead of the game with the vaccines as well. And I just think it's really important. You don't lose face if you look to other countries and learn from them. I don't understand this sort of strange arrogance we've got. What is wrong with us?
I don't
That
know.
we don't just sometimes go, okay, what is happening in Israel? Oh, all right, let's maybe not replicate that. You know, Boris, as I keep saying, wants to please whoever is in front
Hi,
of him
Helen
at that
Teague.
time. So if there's a bunch of people in front of him who say, we really want to wear masks, yes, absolutely, wear masks wherever. If there's a bunch of people who say, don't wear masks ever, don't wear masks, he just bumbles.
Oh, he's an idiot.
He bumbles out whatever people want to hear.
Don't, because I'm getting so effing angry again.
Carla Martin, neither do I, Mark. It's typical, and BJ has caused a lot of this, Mark. The arrogance, it's total arrogance. Look to Israel, talk to their scientists, look at the data. If they're talking about going into they're looking at a fourth wave.
Who was it that
we're
said
talking about a
yesterday,
third
Mark,
wave.
we're used to looking at the UK and following them because they are smart, basically. Who was it that said that yesterday?
This was in this article yesterday with all these
But
scientists.
somebody very impressive from America or something said, but we're looking...
From Harvard.
We are looking at what the UK is doing and we are
disbelief.
open-mouthed. We cannot believe that they are lifting all the restrictions just like that.
And I think even people who think we're doing all the right things, and people like the Select Committee, the 1922 Select Committee, I just think they're so inward-looking, and so many of the people pressuring Boris to do this are really rich, privileged people. That's the bit that gets me. It's like, of course it works for them, and it's infuriating. It's infuriating. So again, look at that story, have a hunt around, because Israel, and I don't think it's in a hysterical response either. They're not saying they're going to go into full lockdown, but they are saying mandatory masks, mandatory social distancing. And I think a lot of you guys on here have been saying, look, wait, it's coming. And I have to say, 50,000, was it over 50,000 for the first time? I know that we're testing more. I know that more and more people are vaccinated, but what's happened to the idea that the more the virus moves around society, the more likely a variant is to develop?
Well, again, I get so confused with that because different people say different things.
Well, that was a credo right at the beginning, that you mustn't let it run around because otherwise...
Yeah, but then you had on the other side, you should, because then you're getting a herd immunity.
Yeah.
85% of the population have to be either vaccinated or have had it to get herd immunity. I don't know where we are with the percentage.
My worst, in the dead of night, I sometimes worry, has the Delta variant already morphed ever so slightly, but they're just not picking up on it? Has it already built vaccine? I do sometimes worry about that. I do worry that, the statistics they give us aren't consistent enough across the board, and they only ever give us the best case data.
Catherine
That's my
Clausen
worry.
from Denmark says, Denmark has rising cases, but people are not needing hospitals, so everything is open okay. Now, yes, let's take this, let's also think about this. We are testing more than ever. We have huge testing rate in this country, unlike many other countries. And as I said, you do still get it, and you can get it asymptomatically or just with mild symptoms when you're vaccinated. So, and I know that there are still people going into hospital, but many of them are elderly and many of them have underlying health conditions. So,
yeah, I agree. I agree. Anyway, let's talk about something silly. The moon wobble.
I don't think we should.
Just when we thought everything was safe, the moon has wobbled, or is about to wobble. Moon wobble is going to bring a surge of flooding in the 2030s. This is a light story.
Well, it's not that light.
No, it's not. It's not light at all. Well, who knew that the moon wobbled?
Yes! The moon is wobbling, guys. This is what he told me at 20 past midnight last night.
Solar
before I was going to
flares and
sleep.
wobbly moons. I mean, I've heard it all now. So we've got a wobbly moon that's going to...
There's a lunar shower tonight, isn't there?
There's a I mean, so, you know, I've always been fascinated. Isn't it weird that the moon tugs tidal water on the planet? So it
I
pulls
know,
it one
isn't
way,
that just-
and then
it's
it
so
pulls it
batshit
another as we
crazy.
go round. It pulls it one way. And apparently there's a huge connection between menstrual cycles
Of course,
and the moon,
and the moon.
because effectively it's pulling the flow and pushing the flow. That's why a lot of people go a little bit batshit crazy on a full moon, because it's true. It's crazy shit.
What's Nostradamus saying about this particular time in our world?
Reese Roberts says the potential repercussions of the Wobble Moon story is making me think of that Kevin Costner movie Waterworld.
Don't.
That would not be fun. The moon has COVID fatigue, says Mark Gatsby. Okay, here's a question for everyone. What's everyone's favourite planet? I want to know. Mine is Uranus, because it's always fun to say
Because
it.
it's fun. Mine is Venus, because I always think of
Ooh.
beautiful Venus.
Do you?
I want to
Oh,
be
welcome,
Venus woman.
Ben Ashley.
Ben
Ashley, welcome.
Ben Ashley, welcome. Ben Ashley, welcome. Ben Ashley, Ben Ashley, Ben Ashley, welcome.
What was that?
Earth, lots of people
Oh,
saying Earth.
Rianne Kemp says Pluto. I used to like Pluto because it was named after the dog, wasn't it? in
I used to like
Disney.
Pluto when I was little.
But hasn't Pluto been relegated from the League of
I'm
Planets?
not very interested in Jupiter.
Isn't there Charon?
I quite liked
Chiron?
Mars because it made me think of chocolate.
Chocolate, yeah. Well, so does the Milky Way, doesn't it? It's
Yeah.
not. It's obviously not an island or a planet. What about Saturn? Oh, look, Martin Smith likes Saturn.
Saturn doesn't get me
Saturn.
excited.
I love the rings. Makes me think of ring donuts. Jupiter, Tim Reed, the bringer of joy. Thank you for that. What's your star sign? Everyone tell us your star signs. Any Scorpios here? Because that's astronomical.
We're both Scorpio.
With Scorpio. I'm Scorpio with Scorpio
Apparently
rising.
it's literally a miracle that we're still together and we're both Scorpio.
Katie Fenton says, the moon is like my arse, a total wobbly eclipse. Aw. Okay, I'm Gemini. Any Scorpios? Come on. I want a Scorpio here, Maureen Cannon.
Hello, Maureen. We
Hello,
feel your
Maureen.
pain. Maureen. Hello, Maureen.
Stacey
Ellen
269, Scorpio. Sarah Fox, Derry Shortwin. Okay, guys. Well, look, have a lovely day. I don't know when you'll see us next. Oh, you'll see us for the Sunday show.
And Coffee Moaning tomorrow.
And Coffee Moaning tomorrow.
And Coffee Moaning tomorrow. I think we're going to stay away from the news. And I think we're going to have a fun Coffee
Yes.
Moaning. And we're going to have topics. We're going to
Yeah.
have silly things. Maybe
Yeah.
a bit like we do on Loose Women. We're going to do that sort of thing.
Yeah, we're going to just have a laugh. And Nadia's going to...
Maybe tomorrow, have a think about barbecues. We're going to have a little barbecue discussion tomorrow.
Why don't you...
I'm doing a barbecue tomorrow.
Okay, why don't you wear nipple tassels tomorrow?
Okay.
And just
Come in
make-
your nipple
make
tassels,
them go
guys.
round. Make them go round.
Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and then it doesn't cost you anything, and you can always be notified then
Cost
when
you
we're
the
live.
effort of that.
And could you please hit the thumbs up, the like button, just under where I'm sitting, because it's just nice to know that you've enjoyed it. There's almost 900 of you here, and 185 of you are 201 of you. Let's see. A bit more. 221.
Aw.
Just keep hitting the like button, and that would be lovely, because we like you, and we hope you like us.
Oh, guys, have a lovely day. And don't be careful in the sun. Make sure your pets aren't out in the sun. And take
Sounding
great care.
very Richard Madeley, babe.
Oh, flipping heck. You joking?